now we are at Red Clay Studios, and this place has been on my bucket list for like forever. I can't wait to see what they have in store. Let's go!
Yeah, so you're welcome.
Thank you.
I can see Tripkoach.
Yes.
So you're welcome, Tripkoach.
Thank you.
This is Red Clay Studio, owned by Ibrahim Mahama, the artist. I say artist because we have basically one popular Ibrahim Mahama in the country, but it's not actually his property. This is the artist's property. Yeah, so this is his studio. It's not like a museum or a gallery where you probably have a lot of rules binding it. But here he calls it his studio because even though he exhibits works, he's still working in the process. And even though he might not be the one constructing the building, but it's still part of his studio where things are still in progress. So that's why he calls it his studio. But initially, it was just accommodation for himself, and also like a studio where he stays, wakes up, produces his work, makes his money, travel, spends the way he wants and others. But later on, the younger generation came into mind where he was like, no, I have to stop thinking about myself and thinking about the young generation that are yet to be born, or even that exists already. And then that is when the expansion came in. And then we have it as Red Clay today, where we can all visit and see what he's doing as an artist. Yeah, so it's unfortunate he's not around. His last location was in France, where he had to give a talk. So hoping that maybe he'll be back maybe this month or maybe next. Yeah, so it's unfortunate you're not able to see him around. Yeah. Yeah. So my name is David. Usually sometimes I forget to say that, but yeah, my name is David, a tour guide and also a studio assistant to Ibrahim. Yeah. And then just beside me is an installation called Non-Orientable in Cancer. So in Cancer, there is a name of a certain guy that actually accused Ibrahim in 2016, because that was an election year, where Ibrahim started collecting these boxes from shoemakers in Accra and Kumasi. And the thing is that he makes a new box, goes to them, take the old one, gives them a new box to continue their business. But because it was an election year, in Cancer actually felt Ibrahim was making these boxes to give to the Togolese people to come and increase population so that they can vote. So maybe the next power can actually, or party can actually win. But his idea was to look at the kind of work that the shoemakers do. Most of them, they repair a lot of footwear and bags and others. And they're basically giving like a second life to these materials or things we use in our society. He sees himself as an artist who also gives a lot of, so I say, repurposing a lot of old items, like things that we'll probably throw away or discard or burn, or probably use them for second activities in our society. But he feels that there are potentials in all of these old things that we see around us. And that is why he ventured into taking the shoemaker boxes instead of any other business out there in the country. Yeah, so most of these guys migrate from the rural areas to the urban areas to money with these jobs, because back then this was like the only common job you can get. Most of our big men in the country started with the shoe shine business or shoemaker business, and they might not want to go back there again because they know how hard and difficult it is to make money. Carrying this box on your shoulders like the lady's bag, and then walking around every day to make an income for yourself. So we're looking at about 4,000 of the boxes here. Some of them collected, others also remade from scrap woods from a factory called the Gehok, Ghana Industrial Solid Corporation, built by Kwame Nkrumah in Tema to produce paint. Yeah, so he found this fire armory there as well, and also collected some of the wooden structures to make a replica of the boxes he collected from the shoemakers in Accra and Kumasi. Okay. Yes. So here's a collection of medical stretchers. We are fortunate to have some from the Second World War, used to pick up injured soldiers. And then they basically have body fluids on them like blood, urine and sweat of military men and women from the Second World War. He bought them in terms of history and also in terms of art also, where in terms of history, he's looking at back then in Gold Coast, some of our military men and women were taken by the British, promised jobs after the war, money, clothes, houses, but after, nothing was given. So they got agitated and trying to protest peacefully, but it was a crossfire where they all died, our ex-servicemen, Kopatipo and others. Yeah, so he's looking at that in terms of that historical relationship. And also looking at them in terms of paintings, because of the war, we have body fluids on them. And as a result, if there wasn't a Second World War, we would not have that. Yeah, so that's the artistic aspect where he's looking at it. And then he also decided to make a replica, and that is the way Ibrahim makes his art. He gets the original, try to make one that looks like the original. So releasing that to the stains that was found on the originals from the Second World War. Yeah. So we have the long ones as more of the replica he made. And then anyone looking like this, let me just say green, like the military color, it's actually an original from the Second World War. So they are just, we mix them up. There are some in there, others are just exposed so that we can look at them as well. Yeah. We are moving to look at this. From here we have 3 spaces, so there's a lot to talk about. Then after, a long walk around the space and then we end it. Yeah. So I hope you are prepared. Okay, so here we have C prints. So all of these are images. They are printed in 2D. 2D is like a flat image. You don't see all around it, but it has this 3D effect where you feel it's realistic. So we have scratches on them, which were done by most of our visitors, sometimes by kids. Because it's like a magnet that draws people closer to it to actually touch, to be sure if it's just an image or if it's actually the real thing in there. But we have arms of women who back in the day tattooed their names on their arms to serve as like their Ghana card we have today. It's like that traveling, I'm sure you're from Accra. Coming from Accra, it's your first time coming to Red Clay, where maybe there's no Google map and you have to come by bus. You are coming to Red Clay, you don't even know how to speak the local dialect here in Tamale. And maybe you're not able to find your way back and you're like, oh, I'm missing. Then they see Accra on your arm, at least. They can help you find the Accra station and you can find your way back. Yes, so something like that. Now we have our ID cards in the system. Now Ghana card is out and all of that. Yeah, so that's basically how they did this. But this was like a permanent way. You don't have to, it doesn't have to get missing because it's always on your body. Anytime you can just show it to whoever you're meeting. Yeah. So he got interested in that when he was collecting this material used for cocoa beans. It's called the jute sacks. So they are usually produced in Bangladesh and India, imported only through the Ghana Cocoa Board because individuals can't purchase them. So after they are brought into the country, Ghana Cocoa Board gives them their first identity by printing their label on them, Ghana Cocoa Board, produce of Ghana. And that's where it has its first name. But after it's used for cocoa beans, they are taken to the port, offloaded into containers for shipping. Then the sacks are not reused because of infection, so they sell them out to second users, where these women come in, use them for food items like rice, onion, pepper, ginger. Then some also, because depending on their trade, some buy them because of bagging of charcoal, where Ibrahim feels that whatever product that these sacks carry, they leave a stain in there, or at least a memory. So when it's used for bagging of charcoal, then that's where it loses value because it makes it very dark and let me say sandy in a way nothing can be bagged inside. So it becomes like a rag. Some are used as doormats, some are just bent. But Ibrahim sees more life to the material, so he picks it up, sew them up together like a large cloth, where he used that to cover lots of buildings around the world. And there, he's looking at the sacks as paintings because of what the charcoal has done to it, and also the onion, the ginger, cocoa itself, and then he calls them paintings. So even when these women buy them, they usually look like this when they are a bit new. So they end up also writing their names on the sacks, just like they write on their arms, to give the sacks a second identity, where it avoids misunderstanding among colleague traders in the market. Because we as Ghanaians, any small thing beyond them, there's chaos in the market. They start pushing things down in the rest. So that's a way of avoiding all of that from happening in the market area. So yeah, that's how he makes the money to put up all of these spaces. So the failure in the material is actually what we are standing in today, in the form of a building. Because when he makes that money out there, he doesn't spend it on himself. He uses it to put up all of this. We don't know how he's going to keep maintaining the place, but I'm sure he has plans. He's an artist, a very crazy one. A crazy one in the sense that it's a good thing. Yeah. Okay, so this is our next stop. So this in art is called collage. Collage in the sense where you bring materials together, like papers, glue them onto another surface, and they make a drawing on it, or use it to make a design or something. Yeah. So here we have drawings of men from the gym here in Tamale, which Ibrahim brought for a performance. So he's relating their muscular bodies to the kind of men that the British usually put their eye on back then in Gold Coast as machines. And we're told, according to history, that they come to the northern part to pick them, send them all the way to go and work on the train tracks in the southern part, where Ibrahim feels that all of that hard work that these men had to put in was leaving the objects that they were picking. So assuming work on the train tracks, using the railway lines, picking them up, mining gold for the British as well. All their efforts were left in the objects that they were picking. So Ibrahim felt that one of these objects is actually the trains we have outside. So he has found a way to buy back their hard work and effort, because when they went, we don't know whether they ever came back to their families or not. We can't actually tell. But Ibrahim feels that hard work is the objects we have outside today, which he bought from Takoradi, transported them all the way to Tamale by land. Yeah, so yeah, it's not just going to be here for us to look at it, but the coaches where the passengers sit back then, the seats were taken out where he wants to refurnish the inside, where it becomes like classrooms, accommodation. Some might even become recording spaces for artists to record their music and stuff like that. Yeah. So we are actually not actually going to have one working here ever in the history of the North. So it's parked outside, the red and yellow one outside. It came last month from Takoradi, where there are some missing parts he wants to replace, and then yeah, we'll have it moving. The railway system is not just going to end here. He's going to extend it across the road. He has a very vast land there where he wants to put up a school where there will be arts, there will be architecture and also engineering taught in the school, so that the railway system goes into the school, comes out and goes around the space. So yeah, we are hoping for the best, and I'm sure it will happen, definitely. They are clearing the bushes. So. Yeah. So this is the section that talks about James Barnor. Yeah. So James Barnor was one of our very early photographers to emerge from Ghana. Born in 1929, 95 years now old, and then he stays in the UK currently. He's a Ghanaian, let me be specific, and also a guy by tribe. So he traveled to the UK somewhere in the late 60s to study color photography, because back then he was basically shooting in black and white. He studied color photography in the 60s in the UK in a particular college. Then when he returned in the 70s, Ajib, which was an Italian brand selling oil and gas in Ghana, actually commissioned him to take the photos for them for a calendar in 75. So James went ahead to take the pictures in 73 so they can at least prepare very well for 75. And then after, the company really selected a couple of pictures, like 12, and the rest were never seen by the public or even by James anymore. So trying to celebrate James' 95th birthday, Ibrahim and other curators found it necessary to exhibit some of his photos from back in the day so that we can have a view of some of the pictures that were taken. So these were all taken by James in 73 across the country, most parts in Accra, some parts in Waja as well. So that is it for James. At SCC, we have a lot of his pictures exhibited there, but here just like a collaboration, so that in case you don't go there, you have a view of what is happening here as well. Yeah.
Book your private or group tours with Tripkoach.